Hey, I'm Nick.
Hey, I'm Vinny.
You're listening to the Power Dump Podcast.
Let's talk some shit.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Nick.
And Vinny.
And this is another episode of the Power Dump Podcast.
It's been fun so far for sure.
Yeah, so today, might even work on this while we're actually talking and stuff. We're attempting to put everything up on Apple and Spotify. We've been talking about it this whole time. So we're actually going to do something about it. We're going to upload several episodes up onto these other streaming services. We've got Apple finally figured it out.
They have to approve it. So they said it could take a few weeks, but at least we'll be in a forward motion towards getting it done. Yep. Spotify's the same way. But for right now, still check us out on Podbean and YouTube, Power Dump Podcast. You can search us in either one of those and it will come up. Still kind of looking for a third, necessarily co-host, but like church person and somebody to help produce. And not that they wouldn't get a little bit of microphone time as far as when we have and stuff, but maybe somebody that's a little more comfortable kind of behind the curtain.
Sure.
So if you can think of anybody like that, definitely shoot us an email. So
they gotta be cool.
Yeah, they gotta be cool. Are you cool?
Yeah.
I'm
not.
No, want to be cool. It's not going to be us.
Yeah. Not me.
A little bit of a weird episode. I am making progress on the studio. It's pretty much built. I finished work to do and get it all painted together and stuff. So for this episode, we are recording coming at you from dining room table.
Yeah.
And last week we were at Nick's wife's home office recording. We took over her desk.
Yep.
With Jesse, that was fun.
Yeah.
I really liked having him on.
Yeah, we talked about like possibly putting that one up ahead of everything else, but
yeah, probably gonna air that one tonight, which you guys won't know about until tonight, but you won't know that I said this for whenever I get this aired.
Yep. So yeah, what we say on the episode, it might be a little off from what is actually going on. So just a heads up on that, I guess. So you'll be hearing this after the fact.
It's par for the course though, because we're a little bit off.
Yeah. ain't nothing right with us.
No. We do have an audience today. My Great Dane Takai is pathetically looking at us like she just wants to play, and she can't believe that she's being made to sit there.
Yeah.
So,
and she's a big dog.
she is, but she's a sweetheart.
Yeah, she is a sweetheart. She's like Maya.
Yeah.
Maya's unfortunately getting a little with the weather and everything, because this is we're just about right around the corner from December. Got a couple days left of November, and then that's pretty much fucking December. That's insane.
I was thinking about Maya when I was over there for Thanksgiving, and you were right, man. When I had my hat backwards, she couldn't really tell I had it on, I don't think.
Yeah.
And she walked up and I flip my hat back and forth a lot. Yeah. I don't know why. It's just like a nervous habit or something. But she was fine. And as soon as I put my hat on forward and she looked at me, she wasn't having it, man.
Yeah, she has a thing about hats. Like even me, because she can't see super well. She's got one good eye. I'll put on a beanie or something because it's getting colder out. And she'll start barking at me like, who the fuck's in the house? And I'm like, Maya, what are you barking at me for? And she realizes it's me. Yeah. And she's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, I got a hat on. It's okay, you know.
How old was she when you got her?
So Kirsten got her when she was a puppy.
Okay.
So she brought her home at like probably 8 weeks or something like that. So she's had her since she was, hand size.
She doesn't like hats though.
Nope. I came into Maya's life, or, vice versa, when she was 7. So yeah, she's been an amazing dog. I mean, she be outside and while we're doing yard work and stuff, and she wouldn't bark or run after anybody.
Plus, they don't get cuter, man. She's freaking adorable.
Yeah,
she really is.
But with the age, she's getting grumpier. So she sees anybody out front, if she's out front, and she'll get up and start barking and running at them and wants them to stay away. So she's getting a little grumpy in her age.
Ours loves people. She just hates other dogs.
Yeah.
So, but we try not to put her in situations where she has to get all stressed out. So she's been a pretty good dog. She's tore some things up around the house, but I think we're over the curve on that stuff. So
that's cool.
So I guess this episode, we might talk a little bit about the holidays.
Yeah. Holidays are around the corner and stuff. And I don't know about everybody else. There's a lot of people that love the holidays. I was always a Halloween guy. And then just like any regular guy and stuff around the Midwest, 4th of July was always awesome, blowing shit up.
Yeah.
But as I've gotten older and stuff, I don't want to buy fireworks anymore because it's a waste of money.
Nope, especially when we can sit in your yard and watch everybody else's.
Yep.
That's all I need.
Yeah, watch I don't want to like call it, like people dumbasses for doing it because I mean it's awesome, it's entertaining, but I'm not. When I was younger, I was always like, man, I'm gonna spend all of my fucking money on. I'm gonna spend a whole paycheck on just getting shit ton of fireworks and stuff. Now I'm older, I'm like, fuck that.
So when we were kids, it was a lot easier to get like real M80s and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, my cousin's friend, I can't remember his name, but it was at a school in Bellevue, and he had some M80s, and there was this church over by the junior high school. They were behind the church lighting them, and he had lit one, cocked it back to throw it, and the principal walked around the corner, and he froze, and he blew 3 of his fingers off.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah.
Man.
I'd like to track that guy down. Old One Hand Dan. No, I don't know his name.
Yeah, that would be an awkward hand job.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Hey, man, give me 2.
Yeah, right. Up high. Wait, they're gone. No, so I never had any incidences of me or knowing anybody that blew off any fingers around the 4th of July and shit, but there was a wicked video I saw a while back of this guy. Yeah, I think had to have been Russian, but it's one of those guys where he looked like he probably made this shit himself and was like throwing stuff in a river or something, and it went off in his hand. And it wasn't just like a finger missing; it was like his whole hand got filleted.
Oh shit!
And he was running. I mean, and I think it took a big chunk out of his leg too. So he's like running back at the person that was like filming it and shit, just screaming and just kind of like. And he seemed a bit off. He just seemed like, this is my thing, and I'm the best at it. And as soon as he lit it, I mean, it just went, and it was enough to like fillet his whole hand was like gone, like meat. Just hanging off it was pretty gnarly.
They tell you to like the artillery shells not to reuse those cardboard tubes that they come in, that you shoot them out of.
Mm-hmm.
And like an idiot, I did it, and I lit one in our front yard, and it got hung up in the tube, so the whole tube and everything it blew the bottom off of it, and the whole thing kind of hovered, probably like 6 to 8 feet above the ground for a few seconds. And then just blew up in the yard. Everybody hit the dirt. Nobody got hurt, but it was actually kind of hysterical.
Yeah. There's been probably a dozen moments in time of doing that stuff, using tying several together, not using the tube and all that kind of shit. And remember there was some homemade stuff I got, and obviously never threw the shit. I always like lit it on the ground and ran the fuck away, or covered something over it. And I think I wanted to see how high I could launch a paint bucket, and that thing like exploded and went shrapnel everywhere. And Lucy was like, "Look, how he wants to play, getting her toy." But
she's gonna lay down with it.
Okay. It's funny. But I remember a piece of that shrapnel went zinging by my head and was just like, "Oh fuck, I'm never doing that shit again." And my dad was still alive and stuff, and was watching us like do that with some of these gigantic, they're loud as shit. I mean, like, I'm surprised somebody didn't get their window like just shatter, blown out from the percussion and stuff. But yeah. So, but I don't know this anymore, man. I don't care. I don't want to lose a digit. I mean, they make cool colors and stuff, but yeah, I'm over it.
If I want to play with something that's explosive, I want it to come out of a barrel of something.
Yep. Yeah. And I do that on a regular.
Those are the bangs that I like to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, recently just picked up the Ruger 5.7, and
oh, nice.
Yeah, that thing's. I got to shoot it finally. It was last Monday. Went to the range and popped off a couple of the magazines out of it, and yeah, super fun. Cool. So I'd highly recommend anybody that's in the market for looking for a new firearm and stuff. There's Federal's making ammo and stuff for 5.7 because I know that there was only one company that was kind of making ammo for that particular gun, and FN was the only company that was making that particular handgun. Now Ruger was just like, fuck it, we're making one too. And I think I don't know, I like it. I'd probably have to do a review or, do a YouTube video review of the two guns side by side. But I don't know, Ruger, this gun, it's cheaper. It's the same goddamn thing. I think it feels better because I've held both the guns and stuff. And wanted that 5.7 real bad, but it's $1,200. Ruger's high end one is, close to $900. I mean, who wouldn't want to spend less and get the same damn thing?
Right.
So, but yeah, no, it was an awesome experience.
Since we were talking about the holidays, another thing to bring up is the reason we're recording here now instead of the tattoo shop for tonight is I've got a bunch of stuff coming for the podcast. I order new microphones and stuff. I'm wanting our sound quality to get better, and I think it's going to be easier when we have the right tools to work with. Not that we don't have a lot of stuff. It's just it's kind of old and worn out, and I just want newer stuff. But so I ordered a lot of it, and it's coming, by FedEx, UPS, Amazon, whatever. And this time of year, especially, man, porch pirates. They're terrible. What? Yeah.
And porch pirates are referring to as people that are coming up and stealing packages off of people's porches and shit. So just to clarify that.
And it doesn't matter if you have a Ring camera, they just walk right up. They do not care.
Yep.
They don't care. So don't do that.
Stop it.
If you're out there listening and you're thinking about being a porch pirate, don't.
Yeah. God, imagine it being one of the poor bastards that bought one of those super expensive fleshy sex dolls and somebody ran off with it, and you're just like, well, what the fuck am I gonna fuck later? I'm sick of my hand.
Oh man,
the fleshlight's worn out.
Even better though, could you imagine being the guy that stole the package and finding that in there?
What the fuck am I going to do with this?
Wouldn't you almost feel a little compelled to take it back? Oh, poor guy.
It's either that or, I don't know, I'd be the sick bastard to be like, well, I might as well use this thing. I took it.
You'd see Nick driving in his Corolla, and there'd be a passenger not moving.
Yep.
Carpool lane.
At least it's not a blow up doll.
Oh man. You know what? Those the videos you see on Instagram and stuff, the people that have those, or maybe it was Facebook Reels.
Oh, it's all over, but people
some
are
of those
actually
things look real, and some people really fall in love with those dolls.
Yeah, people actually take those things out in public and shit, dress them up and go to grocery stores and stuff with them, or on dates. It's just what the fuck? Why would you? First off, what is it gonna eat? Nothing.
Well, yeah, but on the other hand,
yuck.
Don't have to worry about it saying something stupid at family dinner.
Yeah. Or what if the guy got pissed off at his own sex doll and called the police, or somebody called the police, and it was a sexual dispute, or they were punching the shit out of the doll when the cops kicked in the door and stuff.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Look, I'm tired of this. She's giving me the silent treatment again.
Right.
I'm sick of it.
She won't shut the fuck up. Just wait, it's a doll.
Wow.
I can go so many different directions with that.
Oh, it could be so bad. And again, I know we've said this on a few episodes, but more than anything, this is a kind of a comedy podcast, would you say?
Yeah.
Comedy?
Yeah.
We try to be funny.
Yeah, and if it's not funny to you, then man, you don't have the same sense of humor to us with us, and that's okay.
Maybe we don't gel.
Yeah.
But that's our disclaimer. But if you are still listening, congratulations.
Yeah, you still know what kind of...
You're messed up.
Yeah. You're going to hell with us.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll save you a seat on the bus.
Yeah.
I'm driving.
So, but would that... it couldn't be domestic abuse against the...
I think they could get you for maybe disturbing the peace, or... You couldn't even get you for destruction of property if you were beating the shit out of it.
Yeah, it's your doll.
Yeah, it's your doll. I don't know. What if the cop was weird and thought that the doll was attractive and tried sticking up for
Don't hit her like that.
That's not how you treat a lady.
Yeah, stop fucking her face, man. It's a nice face.
And then the cop pulls a fucking chunk from Goonies, like when he looks at Sloth and goes, "You're gonna come live with me now. I'm gonna take care of you."
Oh my god! I'm gonna repossess your doll, man. Stop hitting it like that.
Why do we go places like that?
No one else will have a conversation about beating up your sex doll. So there you go.
You know what though? If you are gonna beat somebody up, it should probably be a sex doll.
Yeah, she can't hit back.
Right.
I mean, it's the perfect. That should be a thing for people that like have anger issues towards their partners and stuff. It's just go buy a fucking sex doll and just go in the room and just beat the shit out of that thing.
Or grudge fuck it.
Both. You can beat the shit out of it while you're grudge fucking it.
Like,
yeah.
You could choke it out.
Yeah. It won't get choked out. Have fun. You know, like, I mean, it sounds fucked up, but it kind of isn't. It's a piece of rubber.
Yeah.
Like,
you could do like erotic martial arts.
Yeah. I mean, you could try to get it to choke you out back, I guess. I mean, it's be fucking hard.
You're putting its arms around you.
Yeah. I got this huge boner, choke me out, man.
Oh, man.
It's terrible. Anyways, so another back to the holiday stuff. So yeah, Porch Pirates, don't do that. I guess one of the things I was talking to him about before we started this thing, and we're trying to think of something to talk about, it was also about the holidays in general, particularly Christmas. So we're going to circle back around to that. I grew up not really, I mean, yeah, it was a magical time when you're little, but looking back on how things were with, I can't say that my family was we weren't poor by any means and stuff. I mean, we had a roof over our head and that was good enough. Hey, Kai, you smell. Anyways, there was a few stressful. I have to say, like I can't say like a ton of Christmases were super stressful, but I just remember getting older and stuff, and Christmas for my family was always kind of a stressful time of the year. You know, it was it was a time when things would always break.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if it was a vehicle, if it was an appliance that we needed, you know, if it was a washer and dryer or dishwasher or something. I mean, the dishwasher we could have gone, you know, just hand washed or whatever. But it was always something that was, you know, everybody was in my house was just stressed to the max. It wasn't a fun time of year. I don't know. I grew up not really caring for Christmas that much. The only thing I look forward to is hanging out with seeing my other family members I don't see all year long. That was like what I look forward to. I didn't give a shit about the presents was just a bonus if we got much. But there was one year I remember when Batman, Michael Keaton, the first Batman with Jack Nicholson came to the video.
Batman.
Yeah, one of the best ones. It kind of doesn't hold up.
The movie doesn't, but I'm going to go off track for just a second.
Sure.
I was talking about this with somebody, I think last night. And in my opinion, that may not be the best Batman movie when you look at all of them now.
Sure.
You know, because like you said, it didn't hold up really well. And I don't care as much who plays the actual Batman. What gets me, what sells me on them is how they portray the Bruce Wayne half of the character.
It's true.
I don't think you can beat Michael Keaton for that. He was the best Bruce Wayne to me.
He was. I totally agree with that. Also Alfred.
Oh yeah.
Alfred, like they nailed it with casting the guy that was Alfred for the first two. I mean, because those are Tim Burton movies. It has an aesthetic and feel of Tim Burton.
I love Gotham. I love the city in the Tim Burton.
The second one was magical to me because of it was a Tim Burton set.
Is that the one with Mr. Freeze?
No, that was the one with Penguin and Catwoman.
Okay.
Those are the only two Batmans that Tim Burton did. And
who did the one with Jim Carrey as the Riddler?
That had to have been like the third one or something. Okay. That Tim like signed off, like he was done with them after those two. I think there was some dispute over some shit with this after the second one.
The cast was wonderful in those though.
Yes, yeah. But Gotham itself was like this huge set that there was just a couple block radius that you could tell they built that shit, and I loved everything about it. So
yeah.
So I remember just one year we got that on VHS and like maybe a couple small things, and that was it. I mean, it was a rough year, and I didn't care. I was just like, dude, I got to eat popcorn and watch the movie I've been dying to fucking see, because that movie, even to get it on video, was super hard for my parents to find. So I was just like, hey, I'm happy with this. This is, I don't care about anything else. This is all I wanted to watch. And yeah, it wasn't about getting anything. It was just like, it was what it was. And it's become such a commercialized, like, everybody's got to get and give a ton of shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I don't know, but there's a lot of people out there that might not agree and think about Christmas time being like, you know, oh, magical, and, you know, like, this is the happiest time of year. I'm like, fuck no, it's fucking cold out. I gotta go shovel this shit. You know, like,
back in Kansas, a family that I got to spend a lot of time with, you know, my best friend, he's not with us anymore, but his family, they do Christmas a little bit different, or they did a few times anyway, where instead of buying something, you had to make it, no matter what it was. And
that's cool.
And that's a family of really creative, whether it's woodworkers, welders, whatever. But I saw some really cool stuff, and it was neat, because it was, instead of going through Amazon and looking to see what you're gonna ship to somebody or ship to your house and wrap for them, it was, let's dig through this junk pile and see what we can salvage out of it and turn into something cool. And to me, that was always fun.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And the best part, and like something like that, you might look at it and be like, okay, this is awesome. What is this? And then they show the functionality of what you could use it for.
Yeah,
that makes it 100 times better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to see, even going to like those oddity shows and stuff like that. Or I don't know, junk. I haven't been to a junk stop here in town.
There's some cool stuff at junk stock. I went twice. I got once, though, so trashed I don't remember any of it. Man, I got drunk.
Wife went to one this last summer. That was the first one she's been to. And I guess it gets bigger and bigger every year.
Yeah.
They only have 2 of them in Nebraska and Omaha.
I'll tell you what, they get some good food vendors out there too. Yeah,
that's awesome. I might have to hit one up. But I guess that it's getting it's getting massive. The attendance is getting bigger and bigger every year, and it's becoming like a Vala's event almost. And I say Vala's, it's the pumpkin patch here in town, that every year it gets fucking ridiculous.
Exponentially
it's
bigger.
Just bigger, way more people showing up. I don't know. I choose to avoid it now.
My friend Tyler came out a couple years ago from, he came out this year too, but he came out a couple of years ago and to visit. And his wife, him and his wife, my wife and myself went to junk stock, and they had these, you know, those spools that are like this tall that the cable comes wrapped on. When I say this tall, I mean like probably 4 feet.
Okay.
They can't see me.
Yeah.
I did get new cameras though. So once the studio's done, it's going to be video, promise. Anyway, so they had those spools sitting out as tables, and we were sitting at those tables drinking beer, slamming beer, and there was this band up there, kind of a rock blues kind of band. It was something to listen to, but man, we were knocking some beers back, and we drank a bunch of whiskey before we left my house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my wife was sober, so she drove us out there, and I don't remember much of junk stock that year, but I remember I had fun with Tyler.
I got shitty. Yeah.
Batman though, Christmas presents.
Yeah.
Childhood.
Yeah. So I mean, I pretty much I can leave off. I don't know if you've got any stories about Christmas and stuff, but yeah, it was such just an awkward time of year for me and my family and stuff. I mean, there was good ones, and then there was bad
Same
ones.
here.
You know, it wasn't anything super bad, but I can't really think of anything that off the top of my head that would have made the story time about that. But I guess I'm sure there's a lot of people that out there listening that can relate that, you know, Christmas either is really good for them or really shitty, you know. With my clients and stuff, talking about like, I fucking hate Christmas. It's not so much that I'm like a Scrooge about it and hate it. It just, my experiences growing up and stuff, it was always just a stressful time of year.
It's not always great listening to Christmas music get thrown at you everywhere you go.
Oh, dude. At the shop, they've been playing metal Christmas tunes.
Oh, good.
Thinking that would be cute and funny.
Dee Snider playing Jingle Bell Rock or whatever it is.
Oh my god,
it's terrible.
Yeah, and the underlying thing with most rock music is it's usually sexual. So it's Jingle Bell My Cock or something. And I don't know if anybody knows me. There have been around me at the studio that is listening, but I make fun of all the music I don't really care much for, or if I don't mind the music and stuff, I find ways to like redo the lyrics and stuff to always something to do with poop or sniffing glue or wiener stuff.
Balls and wieners.
Yeah.
Buttholes.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so hearing that stuff and hearing Dean Snyder like Twisted Christmas and all that shit, like, oh my god, I want to blow my brains out.
Yeah,
I do. I hate it. Even Lexi, our piercer, was laughing at it. She's like, the look on your face, just like you're not having a good time. I'm like, I fucking hate Christmas, and I hate Christmas music even more.
Lexi's a gem. She's such a good kid.
Yeah, and I just worked on Angela today.
Yeah, she's a good kid too.
Yep.
Angela was on episode 3.
Yep.
With us.
Yeah, so let us know in the comments if you guys want her back. She can be in the background giggling and contributing to the dirty slander that we give you guys as ear holes to listen to.
Let's assume everyone wants her back, though. We don't want to hurt any feelings.
Sure.
No, she's great.
Yeah.
I love Angela.
And I know in an episode here soonish, and my buddy Josh said that he'd come on the podcast and talk. He's a big talker and stuff, so hearing some of the conversation he's got, he was in a local band that was kind of they about made it. I mean, they went on tours and stuff and opened for a lot of like really, really big like death metal and metal acts all throughout the Midwest and stuff.
One Direction.
Yeah. Yep. But he's got a ton of stories to talk about with, bands he's like toured with and
nice.
Who was cool and who sucked at life. So it's always interesting to hear his like road ventures and stuff. He's a good dude.
Last episode we had Jesse on, and I thought our wives were going to make an appearance, but they stayed as far away from us as possible.
No, Kirsten made a comment that it sounded like we're having fun because they could just hear us cracking up in there talking about the mandarins. So
no, it was fun. It was a fun episode.
Yeah.
So my Christmas story is my dad was a jerk about Christmas, and it's not that we had more or less than other kids, but it was like this. Everybody has their own traditions, and we would not be able to open presents until obviously everybody was awake. But my dad was a 6 a.m. riser every day of his life until fucking Christmas, man. For some reason, and I know he did it on purpose, he would stay in bed till 10 a.m. Like, we're sitting there chomping at the bit wanting to open our presents,
He's laughing his ass off, probably.
I'm sure he was, but he wouldn't come out of the room. And once in a while, to kind of tide us over, Mom would have one picked out already the night before that we were going to be able to open while we were waiting. And but yeah, for some reason, my dad would wake up at the ass crack of dawn every day except December 25th, man. That was he slept in that day every year.
That's funny.
Yeah. He's not with us anymore, but thanks a lot. That was an asshole move, Dad. New Year's, are you a big New Year's guy?
As a teenager in like early 20s and stuff, that was always, fun to, hang out with a bunch of people and get just.
Well, back then it was around Y2K as well, so that was a bigger deal.
Yep. Yeah. That was a shit show.
Yeah.
I knew that nothing was going to happen. Absolutely nothing was going to happen.
I guess I like it. I like New Year's Eve. I don't like leaving the house. I just don't. It's amateur night. Too many people get hurt.
Yeah. Last couple of years, we've gone over to a friend's house or something, and as soon as like right after midnight, it's like, all right, cool. See you guys later. Going home.
I'm getting so old, feeling that some nights, some years now, I don't even make it to midnight. Like I think last year maybe or the year before, I was in bed at like 10:30.
I think there was several years being a kid and stuff trying to watch that ball drop on TV, and it's the same goddamn thing every goddamn year. But as a kid,
that's East Coast though, so at least we got to see it an hour early.
Yeah,
being Central Time, we got to see it at 11.
But yeah,
or did they wait until 1 a.m.?
I don't remember. I just think that it's different time zones. They would wait to like air it or something.
Bastards.
But anyways, there was a few years I didn't make it, and wake up in the morning like, God damn it, I missed it. It's almost like being like a kid when Headbangers Ball was on MTV,
the best.
trying to stay awake until it aired at midnight on MTV and shit.
Yeah,
I'd fucking never make it. I'd never make it. So, and there was mainly just one TV in the house with the VCR recorder, so I could never really fucking record it because my dad was just like, nah.
He didn't care about that shit.
Nah, it was his TV. Nah, like basically I can get fucked. Like I never got to watch it. And I get to junior high or high school, or not even high school, but I don't even know if it was airing much then, or I wasn't watching it. I just kind of gave up on fucking watching it. But everybody'd be like, "Hey, did you watch Headbangers Ball?" I'm like, "Fuck, no." No, I could never fucking watch it.
No, but I'm sure you're going to tell me all about it.
Yeah, fucking assholes.
So, I loved MTV when I was a kid, and there was a lot of music that I would not listen to now.
Yeah. Did you watch like Club MTV? All the fucking dumbasses like dancing on.
Not really.
Yeah.
Not my sisters did.
My sisters did.
So it was just like, I think we talked about this last week too, but like my sisters got pretty much reign of the TV until I got my Nintendo, and then I dug my heels in. Yeah. But
I was like, I'll fucking knock you out and playing Mario Brothers.
We're playing Punch Out for real.
Yeah.
No, I
soda pop, bitch.
So it was tough because so much like 90210 and shit like that the
real world.
Yeah, whatever the hell they were watching, and it was tough, man. It was tough being the youngest and the only boy with 5 sisters in the house.
Yeah.
But I got through it, and I feel like I'm tougher for it.
Yeah. They caught me jerking off all the time. It was embarrassing.
Oh yeah. So again, any interruptions we have from my dog, I'm sorry. When we get to studio together, it's a closed in kind of semi soundproof studio. Everything's gonna go so much better. But
she likes her ears rubbed.
She does. She's kind of an attention whore.
Yeah. She's just like Maya.
Yeah. She'll sit there as long as you'll pet her too.
Yep. Maya's the same way.
She's even more motivated by toys than she is food. It's weird. But she's sniffing around the table right now.
Oh yeah, she was just
right in our faces.
She had her nose right in the microphone a second.
Yeah, you'll probably hear sniffing.
Yep.
And if you don't like dogs, though, I apologize. I love my pup. She's a good baby. So another person I was thinking we could get on the show, and I talked about last week, is my wife's brother Brandon.
Yeah,
he's got so much knowledge about video games, especially vintage video games. Like, and he's got all like dates and stuff locked down pretty good too. He's pretty knowledgeable.
Yeah, but I've been kind of holding off a little bit on there's a couple people I want to reach out to. There's a guy in town that, well, he's not in town. He's a little bit outside of western Nebraska. He goes by Grizz Grimley. He's an artist that I think moved here from California area. I believe. I could be wrong about that. He does artwork, like children's books.
Oh yeah, you told me about him. Yeah,
I mentioned him before. He also designed a bunch of things that were on a lot of merchandise and stuff for Hot Topic.
Yeah,
like bags and shirts and all that kind of stuff. And also has designed some stuff and was the major influence on Pinocchio, the Netflix movie.
Oh man,
that just
awesome.
They just got a bunch of awards. I think it was nominated for Oscars and stuff. For I don't know if it was Oscars or if it was. They've won a bunch of awards. It was Del Toro. He did Pan's Labyrinth, the director for Pan's Labyrinth, and all that. I know I'm gonna fuck up his name. It's like Guillermo del Toro. I can't pronounce it.
Guillermo.
But, yeah, Guillermo. So, but I'd like to get him on the podcast and stuff if he'd be willing to do it. I guess I'll give an update if he declines or if he's all about it. Maybe he's not into the the podcast poop humor and stuff that we have. But I don't know. Be interested to like chat with him and ask some questions about some of the artwork and influences and stuff.
I know to talk about art and stuff too. So.
Yeah. So I know what his influences are, but to get him to actually talk about it and let the public know and stuff, like where most of his artwork and stuff, we can give links and everything to his Instagram and all that kind of stuff. But that'd be awesome to get him in on the podcast and everything too. So
I was also thinking something that would be fun is, we neither one of us are really what you would call game streamers, right? So it's not something that I would want to get into, like streaming for everybody all the time and just trying to build up a fan base and stuff like that. But it would be fun to get a few of us, like me, you, Jesse, and your other buddy, to on just one Twitch recording, or even just record it in what's that program? I'm drawing a blank. It's the program you use to
Discord or
we could
Twitch?
use Discord, but we can record it with
Twitch.
The studio OBS.
Okay, I don't know much about that.
So we could record it with OBS and then air it. Like I'm sure we would say some dumb shit and it would be funny.
Oh, I'm sure that you'll probably hear somebody in the background dropping N-bombs and saying a whole bunch of stupid shit.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
I
would try and edit as much of that out as I could, from the lobbies. But
why even edit it? Because I mean, any 11-year-old that's playing those games is going to hear it anyways. I mean, parents know. I would hope that most parents know the most racist, foul shit is being said over the internet just to like get somebody to fuck up their game. Yeah, and it happens. So, it is what it is.
The keyboard warriors, man, or controller warriors, if you want to call them that. Yeah, they're bad. Yeah, it's terrible. I shut lobbies off though.
Yeah, I do too. I mute everything so I don't give a shit. I don't, because all it's gonna do is piss me off. Because knowing damn well that that young dude would not be saying that shit in the same room as me. Yeah, to me,
absolutely not.
No,
nope.
Fucking wreck that kid. And I've wanted to find some of these kids and shit, but it's just obviously it's a game. And I think the thing that is super funny to me is that, especially like the COD guys, I mean, they're the worst, not the worst, but it's up there, like on the list of like shit talking and some of the most fucked up shit that to say to another person. But it doesn't compute to most gamers anyways, that you're not achieving anything to the real world. That doesn't make you like the coolest person. You're not going to be making millions of dollars. You're not what is one of the big streamers, Ninja, or any of those guys that like
PewDiePie or
making just ridiculous amounts of money from sponsors and stuff. It's like you're not that person. You're achieving nothing in life but wasting away hours of doing what I'm doing too. And it doesn't. You don't gain anything from it. So it's
some of the most toxic communities. It says here right now Dota 2 is on there.
Dota 2, really?
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto Online, which I can imagine. League of Legends, Fortnite, World of Warcraft, and I can attest to that because I've played that game for years, and I've met some really cool people playing that.
I've tattooed people that have gotten married that met on that game.
Yeah, it's no joke, man. People get crazy in depth and involved with that online communities. Yeah. Now,
and that's in real life too, not just in the game.
Yeah. One of them, but they'll usually have like a ceremony for all their friends in the game too.
Yeah, it's people take the shit. Like crazy far.
Yeah,
but it's awesome though. I mean, I love it. I think it's awesome.
I'll say this though about like Call of Duty. It's probably the most toxic one that I've seen as far as lobbies go, but also recently I met two of the nicest people I've ever gamed with, probably ever in my life. I was just playing Warzone. I wanted to give it a shot, and I hadn't really got to mess with it, Mm-hmm. And these two, I'm saying kids, they were probably 20s, but they're from Mexico.
Oh, shit. That's awesome.
And I was apologizing because I just kept getting killed. And they kept partying back up with me and showing me things, and they're like, "You're doing great," and I'm like, "No," and I know I wasn't, but they added me, and I actually can't wait to actually game with them again, man. They were just,
and this is on the PC.
Yeah, PC. They were just super. Well, I was PC, but I believe they were playing PlayStation and or Xbox.
Okay.
Because I think that's multi-platform shit.
Yeah, that's one of the few games that's the multi-platform. I think Apex might be, and I have to say, I mean, yeah, Call of Duty, there's a lot of shit talkers, but Apex was one of the worst where I couldn't mute the person.
Yeah.
And they were on my team and they were like talking shit.
Oh, my son played so much Apex Legends.
Yeah, I like the studio and stuff, but the game after a while was just kind of like, okay, this is the same shit over and over. It's getting kind of, it got boring for me really fast. Plus, I think the first 5 games that I played with other people, we got first place.
Oh, see, I had the opposite experience. I played maybe 5 games in my life, and I didn't get a single kill because I'm so bad at those games. But I still enjoy playing them. But that's why I play the campaign on everything, which is why I got so pissed off at Gears of War when 4 dropped, and I beat the campaign in like 9 hours.
Yeah. There's newest game. I think I might have talked about it, the turkey episode. The turkey podcast. What do we call it? The podcast. The new. Well, I got it on my Switch, but the new Persona Tactics.
Wife got it too.
Yeah.
And
played just a little bit more time. I didn't get much into it, but the animation style in the game, it looks like you're playing an animation like show. It's really legit. I recommend anybody going out and checking it out. If you don't need to play any of the other Persona games to check this one out.
That's exactly what Brandon was telling me. He's like, if you want to play it, just play. And actually, I'm pretty sure that is free right now on Game Pass. Persona Tactics.
Really?
If you have Xbox and you want to try it out.
Interesting.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, they do that sometimes, but I want to try it. It looks cool.
Yeah, it is turn based, but you get a little bit more freedom and movement and stuff. And if you've never played a Persona game, you don't really need to kind of know what's going on with this game. So,
did you like any tower defense type of stuff? Like, did you play Plants vs Zombies?
Yes, that was fun.
World of Warcraft. It's called Warcraft Rumble. It's pretty fun.
Didn't play that one.
It's a mobile game. You can download it free, and it's pretty fun.
Huh. Yep. Not anything mobile right now because I haven't fired up the Diablo mobile game in quite some time. We played that a little bit together. It was fun.
Diablo Immortal, right?
Yeah. And I didn't spend any money. I didn't spend a goddamn dollar on it.
Neither did I.
I know there was a lot of people that spent ridiculous amounts.
Thousands. I saw something where some guy got kind of maxed out and it cost him, but he did it so fast, it cost him like $10,000.
Yeah, I think that was for streaming purposes and stuff, and I think he basically shot himself in the foot with that because I think he thought that he'd get enough views and stuff that people were just like, "Holy shit, this guy's spending this much money," and I think he was expecting a ton of content from it.
How come my Patreon has $6?
Yeah, what? Yeah, I spent $10,000 and I'm not getting that back, and then some.
It's GoFundMe, not GoFuckMe.
Yeah, Jesus, I couldn't. The thought of spending that much on a mobile game just to get streaming and not put that in like paying debt off or buying, firearms or doing something that would be worth having something.
Yeah. And I think I don't watch a lot of YouTubers or game streamers, and I like podcasts, so I'll listen to those.
Sure.
But a lot of the reason I don't listen to that stuff is they whore themselves so bad. Like some of them, if you want to watch somebody's Twitch stream, you can't comment in there unless you donate or stuff like that. Now that being said, when our Patreon goes up, at the beginning or the end of the episode, I'll probably, invite people to, if you like what you're doing, go ahead and hit our Patreon. Anything's appreciated. But it's if you listen to some of these streamers, it's every other sentence is donate to my Patreon.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Is it just as bad as people having to? I know there's a few podcasts I listen to. I won't say which ones because I don't want to knock it because I know that's how they're making a living and stuff. But it seems like you'll listen for about 20 minutes or so,
and then they add,
and then it's adding constantly.
Yeah. Half their podcast is them selling shit.
Yep. Yeah. Which I'm not gonna hate. I mean, if we get sponsors and we have to do that stuff, if this goes that direction and stuff, I get it. But man, it's discouraging listening to something and listening to ads every 10, 15 minutes.
A podcast that I like is it's Michael Rosenbaum, and he was Lex in Smallville.
Yeah, you talked about that. That they've been going through.
They're doing a rewatch, but he also has Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum, and he'll talk a little bit about cast members from Smallville and experiences on there, but honestly it's mostly his podcast without Tom Welling is mostly about like mental health stuff and his struggles with it, and so he will shout out for like some of the mental health services, and he'll do some ad content, but for the most part he doesn't. He's just really fun to listen to, but he's tactful about it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if I was to interview some, like say like Brad Pitt or somebody, like that was a high-end celebrity, and if they were to ever like sit down and be like, yeah, I'll talk to you, I don't give a shit, I've got an hour or two, whatever, I'd ask some random questions about who would you like basically throw under the bus? So not even throwing under the bus, but basically just who would you be willing to talk about how you couldn't stand them on set?
Yeah.
Or like how you would, like, if they're in front of you right now and challenge you to fight, you just start blasting them in the face. Or
what if he's like you and then starts swinging?
Then I guess it's Fight Club time. Then fuck him. Plus,
but you couldn't talk about it.
Yeah,
because that's the one rule of Fight Club.
Yeah. Then, if, I guess there's always like reading up on certain things about certain celebs and stuff and how people like bust them out about like how their hygiene is and things like that. If it was just, if it really was true, we're just like, dude, you kind of fucking reek, and he just has that look of like, I'm Brad Pitt, and he spits his fucking gum out in your face.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know,
I'll be like, I'm selling this gum on eBay.
Yeah. I'm going to put it in my mouth. No, that's Brad Pitt gum. No, fucking gross. Or, just ask some random questions if Angelina was like psychotic or if she's really good in sack.
She's so pretty.
She
back when I saw her,
crazy though. Like she just seems like a bag of crazy.
When I saw her, or first time I'd seen her before in other stuff, didn't really care who she was. But when I saw her in Gone in 60 Seconds, this way,
I think the one of the couple of the movies that I thought she was really cute in was Hackers, when she was young and with the short hair and stuff, and she acted her acting role in that was actually really good. It was.
Is she still married to Billy Bob Thornton?
No. I think they split up way before.
And then she got with Brad Pitt. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. When she was with, and I don't follow that kind of current events, so I apologize. But I heard something about her and, was it Billy Bob Thornton or Brad Pitt wore vials of each other's blood around their neck?
Thornton. Yeah.
That was weird.
I kind of wonder if that was like a publicity thing, but man, good on Billy for bagging that. I mean, like, and so we've actually been watching, my wife and I have been watching Fargo. We never watched the
series
TV show. Yes. Watched the movie. She fell asleep. I forgot that Steve Buscemi and the I can't remember the actor's name. I'll look it up, so bear with me for a second. But Billy Bob Thornton is actually one of the main characters so far. I haven't gotten through a ton of the TV series and stuff, but so far it's brilliant. His role and everything, and like basically being chaos.
Okay.
Getting people to basically, he suggested this kid that I think was a little off to piss in his boss's gas tank, in his like Cavalier's gas tank. He just like slightly mentions it. He looks out the front, like this window of this place that he was staying at, and the kid's doing it. He's like pissing in the gas tank.
Do they talk like they're from Fargo, North Dakota?
Yeah. It's pretty funny actually. So yeah, Billy Bob Thornton, Martin Freeman is also in this. He was the main guy that was in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Colin Hanks, I guess Chris Rock.
Colin Hanks, Tom Hanks' son.
That is Tom Hanks'
He was
son.
in I want to say season 5 of Dexter.
Yes.
Dude looks just like his dad, man.
Yeah. He has some of the mannerisms of him. He doesn't straight up talk exactly like his dad.
No, but face wise, he looks
he looks
like
really
his
similar
dad.
to his dad. Yes. Doesn't have the curly hair. It's not as like curly as his dad's and stuff. Bob Odenkirk, the guy that played Better Call Saul, he's in this show too. There's quite the cast is pretty up there for the TV series. Now, as far as Fargo, this isn't the movie, or this isn't the show with what shows that Chris Rock is in this TV series of Fargo, but he was also in another one from 14 to 2024 about there was a different show called Fargo too that was slightly different.
I know there was a movie, and the movie was pretty good.
Yeah, and it says that there was like it was based on like real events and stuff.
What's that guy's name that was in Shameless? Was in that movie? Gosh,
William H. Macy.
Yeah, William H. Macy.
He was he was in the movie. He's not in the TV series I'm seeing, but Steve Buscemi is in it. But Peter Stormare, this guy I'm showing Vinny here on my phone. I love this dude as an actor. He's a Swedish actor. He's been in a ton of movies. So he played Satan in Constantine, where he came to basically drag Keanu Reeves back to hell and stuff. Like that role that he played and depicted, like Lucifer, it was so good. He's been in a bunch of other TV and movies and stuff, but God, he was one of the narcissists or the nihilists that was in The Big Lebowski.
Gosh, Constantine was a good movie.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm super excited that Keanu put it out there that he wanted a sequel, and it's fucking happening. That's amazing. That's amazing.
You got guys that will take it serious too. Like when you do it, some people just don't care, But you got guys like Keanu Reeves. He's not going to do a bad sequel. Just like look at Tom Cruise in Top Gun Maverick. Like,
I mean, that's hands down one of the best sequels ever done, in my opinion.
But I was pretty critical because Top Gun's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
Yeah, but this dude's been in tons of A-list movies. I mean, he was in Fargo, Constantine. He's gonna be in Constantine 2. He was in Prison Break. It was a great TV show, and I think
I never watched that.
Prison Break was good. I only got so far into it. I didn't finish it, but so I think that they're coming back for more after all these years. And that TV show ended in 2017, and I think it's coming back for either a movie or possibly a spinoff. He was in Armageddon, John Wick 2, The Lost.
Who did he play in Armageddon?
Let's see who he was in Armageddon. Steve Buscemi was in that fucking movie too.
Yes, he was.
Billy Bob Thornton, of all people, was in that fucking movie. I don't really remember that movie. I didn't really care for that.
Let me see him again. I'm thinking he might have played the guy named Chick Chaplin.
Sorry for the delay, guys. I'm trying to pull up photos of this guy to show to Vinny what he looks like. So that's what he looked like. And stupid phone. I just had a massive update with Apple with my phone, and it's kind of stupid right now.
My battery's almost dead. What was his name?
Peter Stormare. Stormare.
Yeah, he played no, he played the Russian cosmonaut on the I'm pretty sure.
He plays a bunch of random roles and stuff. If it's not American, he usually does Russian. He just has that look, and I don't know if it's just like the way he talks and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I really like him as an actor. He plays like there's been a ton of movies that he's been in and stuff that are hilarious to me, and then he never plays a major standout role. Yeah. It's usually just a supporting actor or something. It's an 8mm. That was a Nicolas Cage movie that I fucking loved.
That was a great movie. I like this guy, Will Patton. He played Chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
So, but American Gods, he had a really good role in American Gods. I guess he does a voice in Castlevania, the animated series on Netflix, which I still need to sit down and just watch.
It's good. It's really good.
Yeah. But, well, I think we could probably cut this one a little short today if you want, and then we can work on getting this Apple and Spotify stuff done for everybody. I know
we're at 55 minutes, so it's close enough to an hour.
Yeah, and I know Angela and everybody is like chomping at the bit to like hear the rest of what we got going on with this to get up on Spotify. And
a lot of people don't want to listen to us on YouTube, man. They want Apple.
Yeah, I mean,
or Spotify. And
once we get like the rest of the parts and stuff to get this thing going again, which Vinny says is on the way. I guess there's another camera we're waiting on too. So
no, I got the cameras. Okay. I've got one of the mics. I got the tripods for the cameras. I've got like I'm setting up the whole studio. So the podcast studio is also going to be where I mess with some music stuff too. So I've got like studio monitors coming and everything, and I don't want to take this stuff all out, set it up somewhere, then have to tear it all back down, and then put my room the rest of the way together.
Sure.
So hopefully in the next couple weekends, I've got it all knocked out. Yeah. So, but we're going to keep recording in the meantime, and you might get another episode or 2 or 3 with just audio, but we should be getting them on.
Is there at least one of the episodes that will have video up on the YouTube?
I'm trying to get it to sync up. For some reason, when I watch it on my computer, it was fine, and then as soon as I upload it to,
it's a little off.
Yeah, it's really off. Mm-hmm. So
I gotcha. Well, I guess you guys are stuck with just audio for the moment, guys. Sorry, but we'll get there eventually.
But the cameras I got are pretty good. So
nice.
And the ones that we used before weren't. So that might have been part of it, some lag issue or something. But it's coming together. I promise. I'm trying.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually. It'll be crispy for you guys, and
it'll look refined.
Yes, everything will look just okay.
So if you have any suggestions but it could be the audio or video, or just what you want to hear, talk about, don't hesitate to send us an email, powerdumppodcast@gmail.com. And again, if you're still with us, thank you so much for sticking it out, listening to us, and we hope you have at least half as much fun listening as we do blabbing. So until we talk to you next time, I'm Vinny.
I'm Nick.
And this has been the Power Dump Podcast. Take care.
Bye.